The Phantom class in Sentry Age of Ashes can be incredibly powerful in the right hands, but if used poorly it can be downright useless. By the end of this video you should know all of the strengths and weaknesses that make the Phantom class unique. My name is Dusty and this is my guide to my most played class in Sentry. Before we get into how to play the class, we need to break down Phantom's kit and how each of the individual components work. First off, they have a maximum HP of 3 bars, which are 25 HP each, the least among the 3 classes currently available on launch. Now, let's break down the abilities. The passive ability Guard Shatterer allows the Phantom to deal extra damage to shields. This is an incredibly powerful passive ability for a few reasons. Firstly, extra damage is always helpful in combat to burst down enemies much faster. But more importantly, if you didn't already know, in the Spoils of War game mode, you'll not drop any gold or items such as the jewel or the bomb if you have shields up. Once you take health damage, you'll begin to drop items and gold. This makes Guard Shatterer significantly stronger, since you can remove shields quicker than the other classes and deal that health damage much quicker, often making the difference between holding or dropping an important objective item. As a guide, it takes the Phantom 2 ticks of Flame Breath damage to remove regular shields, whereas the other classes require 3 ticks of Flame Breath. Mines are a projectile that will stick to the first surface it hits and will linger for 180 seconds after it is armed. Once an enemy flies into the mine radius, it will detonate and deal 60 damage, a little less than 2.5 bars of health. You may hold up to 2 charges of this ability at a time, and mines can be detonated by incoming damage from either a fireball or flame breath. Mines are a very simple set and forget ability that can be placed on tight choke points, outside of air tunnels or near objectives for easy value and occasionally a free kill. But mines can be quite versatile too. You can place a mine in front of an enemy's flight path to catch them off guard and deal some of the largest burst damage in the game. This can often catch people completely off guard and will occasionally allow you to instantly eliminate an opponent if executed well and paired with some fireballs. One of my favourite uses of the mine is placing it along my own flight path while I'm being pursued, using my body to cover that visual effect of my mine, and leading my enemies right into a deadly trap. The blast ability also fires a projectile that detonates once it hits a surface, or manually detonates by pressing the ability button again. There are indicators that show the large blast radius as the projectile travels to help you know when to detonate it. Once the blast explodes, it will deal a small amount of damage and push enemies away from the center of the blast. This can cause enemies to fly into walls and deal large amounts of wall splat damage if executed well. This ability is fantastic at disrupting objective carriers and enabling follow-up damage to finish them off. There's also the best ability in the game for uncloaking opponent phantoms that are using their Mystic Shroud ability, making it the best ability option against other phantom players. The Phantom's power and rage is the most powerful in the game by far. Mystic Shroud has a 30-second cooldown, it will make you invisible and break any fireballs that are currently tracking you, and you'll be untargetable for the entire 10-second duration. Using your attacks or abilities or taking any form of damage, such as blast shockwaves, wind guard smokes, wall collision, phantom mines, or being on fire, will cancel the invisibility and begin the cooldown. Mystic Shroud will also significantly power up your next fireball, causing it to deal extra damage. Marauders will be able to still see you using their Hunter's Mark, however they will not be able to lock onto you. There's a great defensive ability to evade pursuers and is absolutely fantastic for depositing large amounts of gold in Spoils of War, or giving you a chance to reset and rejoin the fight in any other game mode. This ability can be used offensively for the extra damage fireballs, but it is nearly always better to use it defensively as it stands right now. Once your rage meter has been filled, the Phantom's power is upgraded to Mortal Shroud. This will make you both invincible, semi-invisible, and untargetable for 20 seconds, twice as long as your regular power. While in this mode, you'll be able to fire unlimited fireballs that do extra damage. This rage ability makes Berserk look weak. You have 20 seconds to do anything you please and be as aggressive as you like with no repercussions. At the end of the 20-second duration, you'll become targetable again, but don't forget that after your rage, you'll be able to use your regular power to cloak yourself and be untargetable once again. I like to use the Phantom's Rage to aggressively hunt gold carriers in Spoils of War, collecting immense amounts of gold and then escaping and depositing after the rage ends. Otherwise, think of the rage as an opportunity to quickly burst down any enemy you see. Pair it with a wind blessing and you'll become the most unstoppable dragon on the field. Hopefully by now you might have an idea of which Phantom build you might prefer, but now let's go over when each one might be better. In Spoils of War, Phantom with Blast is becoming a strong meta pick. Phantom is the best gold depositor in the game, and Blast is often taken here instead of Mine because Blast is the best counter to other Phantoms. Mine is still a very strong ability that can allow you to quickly collect gold from carriers by insta-killing them, or to just lay traps all throughout the map for extra disruption. In my opinion, the best way to play Phantom is by holding your Blast and Mystic Shroud for as long as possible, and then only using your abilities when absolutely necessary. Holding your power to escape pursuers and deliver gold, and holding Blast to stop enemy Phantoms from escaping you with their Mystic Shroud. When you are being chased down and need to use your power, try to use it as you hit an air column to quickly gain elevation and avoid potential blasts that might uncloak you. Another strategy you might want to try involves taking a lot of damage to quickly charge your rage, and then using the sheer power of the Mortal Shroud to turn the game around. This requires you to be extremely impactful with that one rage usage, but if done well can yield devastating results. Now I hope you found this guide helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below or come find me on Twitch or in my Discord server, links are in the description. Make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with the latest Sentry guides and other content. That's all for now, I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in the next one. Later!